I'm calling this meeting to order. Welcome to the Sedro Woolley Rotary Club, the best Rotary Club in the universe. And today's invocation is with Eric Jr.
Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the sunshine that you have provided and a respite from the rain. We thank you for a smooth transition of power in our government. We thank you for our veterans who serve to protect that right and that privilege. We ask that you honor them and their service and the sacrifices that their families have made themselves. Please, Lord, bless this time together and bless our fellowship. In your name, amen.
And please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now please join the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And I'm not seeing, oh, Jeff, you just made my day. Yay, Jeff for the song.
All right, so last week we did I'm a Little Teapot. So sticking with the spout theme, we're gonna do Itsy Bitsy Spider this week. Ready? So I have to set the microphone down so I can do the hands, right?
Itsy Bitsy Spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Up came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the ground again. All right, you may be seated. I like the interactive nursery songs. I can't be mad at that theme, so that's good. Do we have any visiting Rotarians today? I see Chris waving her hand.
We've got David Lookout from Skagit Rotary, right? No, Mount Vernon. I got that wrong. Past district governor, how's that?
Welcome, David. And any other visiting Rotarians today? All right, do we have any guests of Rotarians? No. Oh.
I have with me Niall. We're almost done with the carving that we're doing. We just got done carving today, so a couple more days.
All right, well, welcome to David and Niall. It's good to have you here. And let's move on to club business. So one thing is the Rotary International Convention. Several of us are going. We kind of want to see who's flying and who's wanting to drive. So if you can just send Lynn and I a quick email this week sometime and let us know what your travel plans are. We're trying to come up with a plan, and that's June 20th through the 26th up in Canada land. So it'll be fun in Calgary. So let's see. Doug is taking care of a big check presentation tonight to the Sedro Woolley Writing Club. So big thank you to Doug for taking care of that for me. And a reminder, December 6th is the Christmas party right here at the community center. It starts at 5:30. We have some special requests going to the fund committee. So if you have any such special requests, please talk to Jeff, Joe Jones, Nick, or Aldi. And next we'll do our students of the month. And we only have one student here this month. So Landon Steele, he'll join us next month for recognition.
Good afternoon. I am honored and excited to share with you our student of the month that we selected. And as Ruth mentioned, Landon will be joining us next month in December. And so I have the privilege to share with you. Sativia Espinoza is the daughter of Kiersey Molish of Sedro Woolley. Sativia maintains a 4.0 GPA while being very active at our high school. She's participated in Future Business Leaders of America for 3 years. She's currently the president, and as well as in National Honor Society for 2 years, Varsity and Volunteerism for 2 years, and STEAM Club this year. Sativia has been a UW Talent Trio program for 6 years. She is an honor roll student since middle school and has earned 7 department awards, including math, social studies, science, business, English, and ASL. Outside of school, Sativia enjoys maintaining and building trails with the Skagit Trailblazers Club. She's also a member of Youth for Environmental People. This organization teaches elementary level students about forestry and forestry life cycles. Sativia currently works at the local Bigfoot Dens restaurant as a server. And so at this time, I am privileged to have Sativia come to the microphone. She's going to share with you her plans after graduation.
Hello. So I don't currently have like a career choice for after graduation, but I do plan to attend a university. I have a couple options in state and out of state, including like my top college right now is Stanford, so hopefully. But for like a major, I plan on like doing something environmental or environmental or engineering related because I like a lot of sciencey stuff.
Perfect.
Nailed it.
Sativia, you don't know this, but there's a lot of University of Washington and Washington State. Like if I said Washington State, you get like hoops and hollers. And if we said Washington, you get hoops and hollers. So Stanford, I love that choice. That's a fantastic choice. So thank you so much. We appreciate this opportunity. Thank you.
All right. Are there any other announcements from the floor before we go on to our Sergeant at Arms? All right, Joellen, you're on.
Okay, are you ready, Keith? Okay, so it's going to be Christmas soon, and everyone's starting to decorate their downtown businesses for the Shop Small event on November 30th. So we're going to do Christmas stuff today. And right off the bat, who already has a Christmas tree decorated in their home? Go ahead and raise your hand. Okay. Okay. If you do have a Christmas tree already up, you do not have to pay a fine of $2. Okay, so we're gonna go around and we're gonna play some Christmas movie trivia. I'll start right here. In Christmas Vacation, what does Clark Griswold plan to use his Christmas bonus for? Oh, hold on, let's see.
A swimming pool.
That is correct. Good job, Table. Very proud. So you got it right. You don't have to pay. Okay, over here. Correct. But if you don't have a Christmas tree up, you had to pay $2. Okay. And your guys' question is going to be, in A Christmas Story, what gift does Ralphie desperately want for a Christmas?
Red Ryder BB gun.
Oh man, I think I made this too easy. That's right. That's right. Good job. Okay. I'm gonna make it a little harder. Okay. What is the name of the skyscraper where most of the action in Die Hard takes place? Oh my goodness.
Nakatomi Plaza.
Okay, all right. Well, let's see. Okay, let's see. In Christmas Vacation, What does cousin Eddie say is the reason his family won't be getting Christmas gifts this year? What is the reason? Want to throw out a guess? No? Okay, it's $2. It's because he's holding out for a management position, so he doesn't have a job. Okay. In the Santa Claus, what is the name of the head elf who helps Scott Calvin? So close. What do you think it is?
We think it's Buddy.
I'm so sorry. It's Bernard. Okay. All right. Let's see here. What does Ralphie's father win in a contest that he proudly displays in the window in A Christmas Story?
The leg light.
She's correct. You guys got it. Okay, so that's all I got, except for now.
And now we have Happy Bucks with Louie.
All right, how many of these tables didn't get fined by Joellen? This one, and that one, and this one. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Since this is Happy Buck time, we'll do the volunteer first. Happy Bucks. Who's? Okay, John. You go first.
I got a happy 10. Yuli and I just went to the great country of Vietnam for vacation. So that was pretty wild. We went to a place called Cam Ranh. Beautiful beaches, and where no one swims because they're too afraid to let you go in the water, you might drown. And which was really weird, but we went swimming anyway, a little bit when we could, and it was warm and beautiful, sunny, and it's a very interesting country. And if you're interested about it, ask me why they'll always be poor, and I'll be happy to tell you.
So I just got back from a hunting trip with my brother Mike and my son Joe and a couple other cousin nephew things and people. And my happy buck is I spent about 60 hours with Mike in a vehicle. And you know, sometimes it takes a long time. It takes 14, 15 hours to get to Montana where we hunt. And Mike was in there talking the whole time, and the time just went flying by. I learned about rocks, and I learned about solar flares, and I learned about politics. I learned about everything. And then when we hunted, we're in a vehicle. I mean, and we just had to be quiet and, you know, look for the elk or whatever for hours on end. So anyway, I was very happy to have my brother around, keeping company. Thanks.
Well, I'm happy for John that he survived a week with his brother Mike. And I actually would like to propose, if you want, that everybody put in $1 on behalf of John that he survived a week with his brother Mike. Thanks.
These are more of an announcement, Buck, but as you shop this holiday season or you're just grocery shopping, whatever, if you have extra plastic bags, I am always happy to take these off your hands. They will go directly to Becky at the food bank. They use these to fill the chow bags every week. That's curbing hunger on weekends, I believe. Plastic bags, you might not want them, but I love them. I'll also take egg cartons. So thank you.
I've got a happy $10. First off, congratulations to Sativia. She's been coming to Country Meadow Village for the past 3 years as a member of the Future Business Leaders of America. You know, it's just been so fun working with the kids, and we look forward to adventures for this year. So congratulations on your honor. Michael and I went to San Diego for a wedding. One of Brian's fraternity brothers got married. And it was just so wonderful to be there to see the guys and celebrate Zach and Hannah. I got to see one of the bucket list hotel properties for me, Hotel Del Coronado. It was beautiful. They're doing a major renovation, and so that was just really, really glorious. But the best part of being in San Diego was there were so many Cougs down there for the Coug game. You know, I was decked out, of course, in my Coug gear all the days that I was there. But as it got closer to Saturday, just tons of Cougs. And it's like, oh, we're going to the game. It's like, well, yeah, no, we're not going to the game. The wedding was the same day and almost time as the wedding. And there were Cougs, 2 Cougs got married. So it was really great to be down there and celebrate. And that's it.
Couple happy bucks. My daughter's happy. She misses 2 days of school. She's going down to the state swim meet in the King County Aquatic Center. So happy. She's happy. Yeah, I'm happy. I get to drive down to Federal Way this weekend.
I got some 20 happy bucks. Just got back from 2.5 weeks in Italy and Greece, and then some more happy bucks for a successful operation by the law enforcement last weekend, getting some people off the streets.
Happy $5 for in my part-time position as the executive director of WASPA. Each year we run an annual law conference for HR folks, and we just completed that. Done with that. So moving on.
Yeah. This time of year, I have 2 grandkids have birthdays, so I kind of start the holiday shopping a little bit earlier. But to go out in the stores, even in first part of November, I went last week. I have a granddaughter that turns 8 on Sunday and a grandson that turns 6 the following Sunday, right in the middle of the holiday shopping and Thanksgiving and stuff. It's a great time. But to be out in the stores that time of year, this early already, it's crazy. So, but it's fun. I love it.
Carrie.
Thank you so much. I have a happy 20 for Sativia. Congratulations once again, our student of the month. And it's an honor to recognize you. And I know your mom was working and she wasn't able to be here. So thank you for letting us be your parent and with you. I also want to say thank you to our court, Skagit County Courts, and the work that they do with our teen court. And like Mason, his grandson, is going to be one of the defense advocates for a pretty intense case. And these are teens in our valley that are looking for restorative justice through the process. And so just honored to be able to work with those students and Mason. And I get to write a letter of recommendation for him too. So I'm excited about that. And the last thing is I want to thank Janicki Industries. They came and they were at our career and college fair when we held our parent-teacher conferences. And we had not only Janicki, but also many businesses locally recruiting our talented youth. And so it was just a wonderful event to have. So thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, not to leave anybody out, I'm going to pick one person from a table that hasn't already done a happy buck, and you're going to give us why you're happy. So we'll start with this guy with the hat.
Why I'm happy is that I'm not out of baseball. I have the baseball TV channel, and I can watch old baseball games all the way back to. But if you have the MLB TV channel, they only have highlights, and they're about 19 minutes long, and about 15 minutes of them are ads. So I'm really happy.
It's only $1. Happy buck. Okay. Who we got here? Oh, let's see. Who didn't give a happy buck recently? This guy didn't.
I'm in. I am happy because we have a 4-month-old at home and he just started sleeping through the night. So I'll give 20 for that.
Give that man some change. Okay, over here, you already did a happy buck. Let's see, who would like to give a happy buck that's really hasn't done one? Right? Oh, lady on the phone.
I do busy work, right? Oh my gosh, so much happy stuff. I really appreciate all of the Rotarians that have been sending their checks in for our fundraiser for Hope for the Holidays. It's really, I get to put all of them into the system, and I really love seeing how generous our community is. And I also want to shout out to VOA. They're one of the best partners that Helping Hands has, and I love those guys. I will Venmo $20.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, let's see who we got here. Oh, Chris is found. All right.
Happy, my family and I are going to Hawaii on Sunday, and I think this is very overdue for my wife. She puts up with a lot of crazy stuff from me, so I'm happy to take her and the kids, and they're really looking forward to it.
Oh, here's another.
Laura says that she has 5 children. Chris is one of them.
We got a volunteer over here? Well, yeah, you.
They taught me in the Navy, never volunteer for anything. Okay, I have a lot of things to be happy about, so you probably chose the right person. But I'm gonna stick with the football theme. So Navy is 7-3 this year, and that is a really good record in a tough league. Although I'm a little nervous, Notre Dame is coming up, so. Yeah, it's going to be a big, Army Navy is going to be huge this year. Everybody watch it, so. There you go.
Well, Carrie already did it here. How about you?
I'll Venmo a couple happy bucks. Reason I'm happy, well, I have 3 months left of my law clerk program. So after 4 years, or almost 4 years, almost done. Just 1.5 more classes to go, and almost have my Rule 9 internship, so I can do limited practice. So things are progressing.
Okay, Eric. And I have a $5 bill for my happy. Last week, I got invited by Mason, my grandson, to the high school Veterans Day. And I'd have to tell you, they put on a really good program, and I was happy to be there. Thanks, Gary. Oh, I don't know who it is.
All right. So now is the time for early leavers. If you are, oh, raffle. Sorry. The Happy Bucks by Louie threw me off. Raffle. It's time for a raffle. I like the immediate protest and everyone's holding up their numbers.
Number 10.
Oh, and we do have one special raffle item that Kirk Pearson brought. It's a special coin. Louis, could you have Kirk describe the coin that he brought for a raffle?
Oh, there's a coin here, 1929 S quarter. This is for the raffle.
Yeah. Real silver, right?
Number 12.
You still have a chance, Julia.
I'll take the quarter.
He'll take the money. Number 29. Oliver and Hammer, $20.
Woohoo!
Oh, we got a big one. 53. Mark. Not a cougar or a husky paid $2. Whoa.
All right, now it's time for early leavers, but it always makes me nervous when I see Chris Schaffner in the back taking photos because I've seen your videos. If you don't follow the Schaffner Pharmacy social media page, you really should because you'll get to see him doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So, all right, so we're going to have Eric come up and introduce our program.
Thank you, Ruth. It is with excitement and an honor that I get to introduce today's speakers. We're having a presentation by Volunteers of America, and they're going to be talking about some of the exciting stuff that they're doing up here in Skagit. Mayor Johnson and myself have each witnessed the great work that they're doing down south in Snohomish County, and they're now moving north into Skagit County and going to make a huge impact. We have two speakers from VOA. The first one needs pretty much no introduction as he's been a really good friend to Sedro Woolley and Skagit County in general. And I'd also like to say a good close personal friend and mentor and father figure of mine. But Kirk Pearson currently serves as the VP of External Affairs at VOA. He's represented Woolley in the legislature for 17 years from 2001 to 2017 and was the state director of the USDA Rural Development from 2017 to 2020. He's married with 5 sons, 4 married, 7 grandkids with 1 on the way. And to top all of that off, he was the team captain for Monroe High School and played against Mike Janicki in the infamous Monroe Woolley Riot Bowl of 1976. And then our second speaker is Chuck Messenger. He is a Orcas Island native who has spent most of his adult years in Pierce County, working in property management and hospitality until he decided to switch to social services. He has spent the last 10 years working in nonprofit management, community outreach, and program development. And he is very excited about bringing those professional tools to his new role as coordinator, entry manager for Skagit County. So would you please give them a warm welcome?
Thank you, Eric, and everybody. I have to admit, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I kind of forgot what I was saying, and seeing all of you. I haven't seen a lot of you since I left the Senate, and each one of you brought wonderful memories back to me because a lot of you were very vocal how you'd like me to vote and everything, but through the years, but also, you know, we worked together on some amazing projects like up in Northern State and just a lot of different things. So thank you. I mean, I'm from my heart. This is kind of like a family reunion to me. So very, you know, kind of emotional about that, but thank you. You all meant a lot to me, this community, because it was 1995, Jack Metcalf got elected to Congress and he hired me to be the Skagit County, his Skagit County director. And so with that and through the years, I've gotten to work with all of you. And then when the legislature, we got in the legislature and I was redistricted and I took in Woolley and Upriver and it was wonderful. So it was a total honor to be your legislator and happy Keith's there. But anyhow, I want to talk about VOA. We are kind of one of the best secrets. We're a nonprofit, and what Rebecca said at Helping Hands, we're a team. We look at our nonprofit like we're like not who's the best or whatever, but we link shields. And Rebecca, same back to you. You're a blessing to us, and you know we know that we got each other's back, and And so I just want to touch on a few things, but what we do, but we have over 860 employees, and I think about 100 of them live in Skagit County. We have an office in Mount Vernon at the Carnation Building, but we have 8 major services. Up here, we have dispute resolution, and where we do mediation for youth, and we have some great programs. I think we're doing something with the Sedro Woolley School District here with mediation. Is that right, Chuck? Yeah. And Chuck will talk a little bit more about that, but we do that. We have our Office of Disability Services too in Mount Vernon, where we have people that take care of those folks with intellectual disabilities. And we have down in Everett, where the old GTE building was, down there off of 41st, but this is our largest division. We have over 300 employees, but we have a statewide call center where we handle the 988. How many are familiar with 988 call center? Rebecca is, and that's our suicide crisis lines 24/7. We cover the entire state with that, and we also have the tribal call center, and it's staffed all by First Nations and Native Americans, and that's something we're first in the nation to kind of get up with that, and so it brings a lot of hope, and it's something that we've been on TV with those services, and because people's lives are changed, they have been saved through our crisis lines. We also are in food distribution, like mainly in Snohomish County, as Rebecca is here in Skagit County with Helping Hands. We have a food distribution center. We have in Smoky Point a statewide food distribution center under the guise of, we work with the Washington State Department of Agriculture, and it's called a strategic reserve. In case there's an emergency getting food out, we could get food out really quickly, because during COVID, the state, and Rebecca will probably tell you more, but the state was kind of caught off guard with, we need a reserve when we go through emergencies like this. So we have that, and also we have 3 community resource centers in Salton, Arlington, and Lake Stevens, and those are kind of one-stop shop for people that have needs and everything, and we can provide resources. And what else do we have? We have 2 senior centers, and on Friday, the Canadian refugees that will come and use the Everett Senior Center, because we could direct them to certain services and everything. And man, what else are we doing? Well, we're doing a lot, and but it's a real privilege and to be working for a nonprofit and just helping folks. And I hope that if you take away anything from here, we're just here to help. And I'm going to introduce Chuck here in a moment, but Chuck, we hired. He's the manager for our coordinated entry program here in Skagit County. And we recently were awarded a contract from Skagit County to handle coordinated entry for all the citizens in the county. We're very honored to be selected to do that. And we want to do a good job, and Chuck is doing a great job. He's the only person I know, except Keith, when he's campaigning, he'd be up in Marble Mount or Anacortes in the afternoon and Marble Mount in the evening. But he's very dedicated in that role. But if I could take away anything, we're just here to serve, and exciting. Happy to be part of the school drive, here in Woolley, but I'm just thrilled to be a part of it, and excited to tell you, we're going to be inviting Mayor Johnson and the council and everything. In April, we're going to be breaking ground on a 42-unit housing project in Burlington off of East Rio Vista. And out of that, we'll have 12 units reserved for homeless veterans. And we've received veterans assistance, they call it VASH vouchers, and for homeless veterans, and we'll be working with the VA on that, and other units will be reserved for low-income individuals. So we're excited to be a part of that because there's a lot of nice housing projects with Martha's Place, and then what Community Action did a couple of years ago with Vets Connect and their housing project. But we're going to be doing that, and you'll see that in the paper, and hopefully all of you can join. But in closing, I'm going to turn it over to Chuck. But in closing, it has been, it's been probably the highlight of my life to serve you. I know I'm going back talking about legislature again, but it was a real highlight to serve all of you. Woolley's been my second home, and it's only fitting that we're up here, and I'm very grateful to have that opportunity again. So God bless y'all, and thank you for the privilege of being here, and it's just wonderful to be back. And I'll have Chuck speak, and then we'll take questions. Thank you.
Cool. I get to follow that. The blessing is I at least see a friendly face at almost every table in the room, somebody that I've had the fortune to work with since February when we took over this contract. It's very strange to be in a position where I share my little sliver of what Volunteers of America does in that long list that Kirk mentioned. But that sliver is, I'm hoping, having a tremendous impact on the housing situation in Skagit County. For those that are not aware, coordinated entry, I can give you the 101 and try to abbreviate as much as possible, but essentially what the coordinated entry system is it's designed to be a singular location where folks that are experiencing housing insecurity or are unhoused can provide their information, and then we can make sure that they're gaining access to resources equitably. So we focus on trying to make sure that the most vulnerable populations are gaining access to resources as quick as possible. And then we have everybody else that we have to try and work with our partner agencies to get access to, whether it be subsidies or rental assistance or housing. How about that housing situation, folks? Does everybody know that we've got some housing issues in Skagit County? I am so incredibly blessed to be where I'm at right now and having been part of the conversations that I've been a part of. I think I've only missed a couple of the comprehensive plan meetings around the county, and that's only because Anacortes and Concrete like to schedule their meetings at the same time. But being part of this county while we're talking about growth plans over the course of the next 20 years, it's nice to see, even though we've got communities with very different groups of people and different ideologies, that everybody's really got the goal of making housing and affordable housing a priority over the course of the next 20 years. This is where I come in. It's nice to manage a system like the coordinated entry system, but the only thing I'm bringing to the table is me being claustrophobic. I don't do well in the box. I don't do well in my tiny little office at the back of the public health building, but it's necessary. But I also spend a lot of my time working on housing solutions and what we can do outside of the coordinated entry system to bring new and innovative ideas to the table so that as a county, we can get the massive amount of folks that we have right now that are currently unhoused into a position of safety and security. And I got a big soapbox there. I'll try to step off of it for a moment. Volunteers of America, we've got a lot still coming into the county. I'm excited to share those when the time comes. But the one big thing that I could definitely use your support in is the point in time count. If you're not familiar with that, the last Friday of every January, we have to try and collect, like census-wise, information on anybody that's currently unhoused or experiencing housing insecurity. Those numbers that we get from those surveys are submitted to the state, submitted to the federal government. That determines how much funds are coming into the county for housing resources. So it's incredibly important that we're collecting that information. And we're really trying to take a community-minded approach this year. There's a lot of folks that weren't aware of the importance of that one day. We're really hoping that we can get more people from around the county to commit even just a small sliver of their time to help us get out and collect those surveys, collect information so that we can get those funds driven into the county. I can put an end cap on that. Very nice to meet you all. We'll chat. Thanks for having me.
Anybody, yes. Hi, Rebecca.
Go. Sorry.
I'm military, I follow the rules. Chuck, how many people in this zip code are on the coordinated entry list that are considered unhoused?
Well, the difficulty in measuring that is if they're unhoused, they typically don't have, or we don't have something in the coordinated entry system that specifically measures where they live. However, with the 211 call center, which is how we receive most calls, most inquiries into housing assistance, we collect the zip code that they say that they reside in. And the last time I looked the numbers, I think it was 217 for Sedro Woolley, at least the zip code for Sedro Woolley. I know that some of that is unincorporated, but 217 of the, I think we're right around the 1,000 mark for total inquiries for housing assistance last quarter. Yeah.
So you're saying there's 217 people that consider themselves unhoused living in Sedro Woolley?
That is correct, Your Honor.
That is a surprising number to me when I asked. So thank you.
So your Volunteers of America, I'm not familiar enough with you, so I'm going to ask dumb questions maybe, but how many volunteers are volunteering and how many people are you serving?
That's a little bit about it, about VOA. We've been in Washington State for about 126 years. We're one of 30 affiliates across the United States. The main VOA is in Arlington, Virginia, and we're a 501c3, but we started out as a ministry. It was a kind of family fight from the founder of Salvation Army, William Booth. His son came over here, and William wanted the money to go back to UK, and Ballington Booth said, no, we're starting all these services here in the United States. But after that, we've been here again for 126 years. We have several hundred people that volunteer for us that come out, but we do a lot of like outreach programs, just like Helping Hands. You get a good number of volunteers, but we're very blessed. People are very generous that way. We do food giveaways. Everything Rebecca does, we do also, and we complement each other with that. And we're doing a big Christmas giveaway with gifts and stuff like that for kids. But yeah, we've been around, but we are the third biggest affiliate in the United States after New York and Los Angeles.
And I can share from a Skagit perspective. Obviously, from the coordinated entry, we just took over this contract in February, so we're finding opportunities to actually establish our volunteer base. One thing that we are doing is we're working diligently with Washington Vocational Services and Cascade Job Corps to try and create more work-based learning and community-based learning opportunities for those two schools, as well as potentially Sedro Woolley High School, which we haven't had that conversation yet, but we'll get there. Yeah, our goal is to try and find more opportunities for students to get out of their comfort zone and get out into opportunities where they can develop some more soft skills and more applicable and yeah, on-site type of learning. Yeah.
Well, first of all, thanks to Volunteers of America for all the work you do, in particular the 988 program, because if VOA didn't do it, I don't know who would. My question is about the entry program. Is there a defined criteria that you kind of sort people on, or is it more of a subjective thing when you're obviously have limited resources, but a large amount of people who need help?
As far, just to make sure I understand your question, is how are people prioritized that are entered into our system? Okay, there was a pre-existing vulnerability scoring tool that was used by the prior contractor. When we took over the contract, and actually soon before that, a subcommittee was created of partner agencies to try and come up with a vulnerability tool that would do a better job of really defining the degrees of vulnerability that people experience in Skagit County. It's a subcommittee outside of VOA and outside of the coordinated entry system. And so it's something that's being designed, but I've seen the tool. I think it will do a good job of categorizing and really ensuring that we're bringing those people to the top that need access to timely services. The disappointing part is, when there's a lack of resources, we currently have about 800 people in the coordinated entry system, and the vast majority of those we don't have resources for. So again, the reason for me being claustrophobic and jumping outside of the box is spending a lot of time trying to connect with partner agencies and stakeholders and people that have the wherewithal to extend services, really just to make sure that people have somebody that they can go to for assistance. So.
Any other questions?
Thank you, everybody.
So.
And on
So
behalf
before you-
of our Rotary Club,
I have one more question. So the veteran housing that you're going to be providing, I would imagine that there's probably going to be a long list of people that are asking to be a part of that. What's the criteria for actually gaining access to that housing?
We're going to be working with the VA, and so they're going to be playing a big role in that. And when I find out more, I can get that information to Eric. I'm happy to. But right now, like I say, we're going to be breaking ground in April, and the construction period will be about 1 year. So yeah, 12 veterans vouchers, fast vouchers. Yeah. I know it's not a lot, but $27 million project. And so, thank you.
I got one more. Kirk, I want to thank you. And when you were in Olympia helping us out with our water rights up here, I want to thank you very much for spearheading that down there and helping us out. Thank you.
Thank you, Louis. And as Keith will tell you, that's been near and dear to what we worked on and the fight. And Keith took it over after I left and did a good job. So thank you. Thank you.
all right, anyone else before I go give some coins? All right, let's give them a hand. And then on behalf of the club, we'd like to give you a 4-way test coin so you can remember what we're all about. And for the club, please put away the tables and chairs and help people out so it's not all 2 people doing it. Thank you.